Are you currently running Facebook ads and you're finding ways to lower your CPM? If that's the case, then keep watching this video. What is up everybody, Fred Lam here and welcome to my next video in my YouTube channel where you get to learn everything from building a business online to learning how to generate traffic for your website. Now in today's topic, we are going to talk about the CPM of Facebook ads, how it works, how it's actually being determined, and what are the top 5 ways that you can actually reduce your CPM with your Facebook advertising. But before we begin, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell so that each time I release a brand new video, you're gonna get notified right away. So first thing first, what is CPM? After all, when you are advertising on Facebook or Google or any other advertising platform, ultimately you are paying for every 1,000 times your ads have been shown. That's why it's called CPM, cost per thousand. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that Facebook is all about an auction-based platform. So how your CPM is really determined is really based on how many other advertisers are actually bidding on the same targeting as you are. So when there are more advertisers that are bidding on the same targeting, then the cost will go up. And this is why in the last several years, you have seen that Facebook ad costs have been skyrocketing because there are more advertisers that are advertising on Facebook, more competitors going into our space, and that really results into the rising costs and higher CPM. But at the end of the day, it's not because whoever pays the highest will ultimately get all the impression. There are other metrics involved that's going to really affect the CPM and also how much you are paying for advertising. Now, at the end of the day, there are not many things that we can actually do to lower the CPM, but we can actually do something to actually lower the CPM for your advertising costs on Facebook, and I'm going to share with you exactly what they are. Number 1 is simply running automatic placement. So when you are setting up your Facebook ads, you are simply asked to run automatic placement or manual placements. On Facebook, there are actually multiple places that you can advertise. It's not just the Facebook newsfeed. There are the desktop right column. There are simply reward videos. There are marketplace ads. There are simply audience network, instant articles, Instagram. There are obviously a lot of places that you are advertising on. Now, at the end of the day, when you start to narrow down with manual placement, you're basically making Facebook's job harder, and if that's the case, your CPM will be a little bit more expensive than running automatic placement. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to really scaling a Facebook ad, it is very important that you actually run automatic placement. Even when you run automatic placement versus a manual placement of just the Facebook newsfeed, you will actually see that the CPM is actually cheaper when you are running automatic placement, although you are running into multiple placements, but overall, you are going to be paying a much lower CPM. The second is to have a larger audience size. At the end of the day, when you have a smaller audience size, once again, you are making Facebook's job harder to actually go find your audience. And in fact, if you use flex targeting or narrowing down your audience with their specific feature, your CPM will be more expensive as well. So at the end of the day, when you have a larger audience size, the CPM oftentimes will be a lot cheaper because you can actually reach to a wider variety of people within your targeting. Whereas if you have a smaller audience size, and the smaller it is, the more expensive it actually gets. So especially when you are scaling, it is very important that you absolutely have large audience sizes so that you can actually scale up, and at the end of the day, you're still getting a better CPM. Now, number 3 is simply your ad rank. Now, like I said earlier, yes, at the end of the day, it is an auction-based platform where whoever pays higher gets obviously more impression, but it's not always the case where whoever pays the most money are going to actually have all the impression. After all, Facebook is a platform where they really protect their users and ensuring that there are more spend time on their platform so that they can actually serve more ads. And in order for that to happen, Facebook actually ranks every single ad to actually see exactly, even when they're running ads, is it really affecting their audience or not? And is it ads that their audience actually wants to actually see? Because if they serve ads that people want, that means that people are going to spend more time on Facebook. Facebook can serve more ads. But then at the same time, if people are not liking the ads, people are seeing that Facebook is not relevant to what they actually want to consume in terms of content, they will spend less time on Facebook. So at the end of the day, for every single ad, there are something called the ad relevancy. And with the ad relevancy, you can actually go into your ad reporting to actually see if it is below average, average, or above average. What these metrics are basically telling you is the fact that if you have above average, that means that despite your ads is simply an ad, people are actually liking the ad and they're really engaging with the ad at the same time. So when you have everything as above average, then your CPM will be actually a lot less than those ads in comparison that are below average where people actually don't want to actually see your ad. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you have a good offer and a good ad that is really relevant to the audience. And if you have all these 3 in place, your relevance score will simply be average or above average. And your goal is to try to have at least 2 above average and 1 average so that at the end of the day, you are paying a much more better CPM than below average. So remember that. And at the end of the day, if people are not even engaging with your ad, then ultimately it really means that you need to really rework on your offer and the ad at the same time. Number 4 is simply having an active Facebook page. Now, yes, ever since a couple years ago, Facebook completely destroyed the reach of Facebook pages. So when you're posting stuff on your Facebook page to actually share to your followers or your subscribers, they don't really see it often. However, it doesn't mean that you should not be posting on your Facebook page. And in fact, it's actually superbly important. Because if you think about it, Facebook is simply a platform for people to consume content. And that's why they actually named their platform the newsfeed. Because people want to actually consume the latest news, latest updates, and what is happening. And if you play within the ecosystem as a Facebook page to really share value, share posts, share things that your followers absolutely engage with, that means that you are helping Facebook's ecosystem as a business. And if you do that, pages that have great posts that are engaging with their followers, you will actually get a much lower CPM than a Facebook page that absolutely have nothing on it and rarely anyone interacts with your Facebook page. So it's very important that yes, we are using Facebook to advertise, but we still have to help the ecosystem by providing content, and the more content that you have that are engaging to the Facebook users, you are going to get rewarded. Now, the last piece, number 5, it's a little bit advanced. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. But I want to actually share this with you at the same time because we have tested it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can actually test it out. So number 5 is simply running a post engagement ad of the same ad you are advertising to really boost up the ad rank. So let me actually explain this. Let's say that you have a physical product that you want to sell for drop shipping or e-commerce. So obviously you want to create a conversion campaign that is optimizing of purchases. So now with that is your actual main campaign. You're trying to actually get sales. But at the same time, you want to create a new campaign that is a post engagement campaign and use the same post ID as your conversion ad so that you are basically really pushing the system of engagement on the same post ID. Because after all, when you're running your Facebook ad and whatever ad you create, those are basically a post. And what you're doing is that yes, you are running a conversion ad, but in parallel, you're running a post engagement ad to actually get more comments, get more emojis, etc., etc. It's going to actually help the ad rank of your conversion ad as well. So again, you can run simply a $5 or even a $1 post engagement campaign on the same ad that you're using for your conversion ad, and it's going to actually reduce the CPM of the actual conversion ad as well. So at the end of the day, like I said, there's not many things that we can do, but there are some things that we can do. And these are the top 5 things that you can simply implement to actually see a drop in your CPM, which means you're going to pay a lower ad cost, lower cost per lead, lower cost per sale, and lower cost per click. So I hope that this video helps you out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell so that each time I release a brand new video, you're going to get notified right away. Till next time.